Oh, hello, welcome everyone. Welcome. How's everybody today? All right, here. Hope everybody's having a lovely day and plan for everybody that's having climate change, disasters, I guess you would say. Man, the world is changing. The world is changing. In 73 years, a lot has changed in this world. I'm telling my age, 73 years. And the climate, hey, Seashell. And the climate is getting kind of furious. And things is moving along in a hurry, but, you know, there is a God. And we have to, I stay faithfully in knowing that in the end it's all going to come out all right somehow. I just hold the faith and live one day at a time. One day at a time. So welcome. So today we're going to have Stop Chasing Numbers. That's what I pretty much is what I'm going to make this live about. And over the last, I'd say, since I've been playing, that's what I used to do. I used to chase a whole bunch of numbers. And like I said, it always because I did not know how to track all 1,000 numbers. And that's really the key. We know that the lottery is not set up for us to win. It's set up for us to lose. And we have a very minute chance of winning. So we have to use everything that we can to our advantage and know why we're playing our numbers. And the only way, like I said, that increased my chances of winning was when I realized that and got serious about tracking my numbers. And tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. And like everyone else, I was using the tic-tac-toes, the date sums, the root sums, the grids, and the mirrors, and that was always, and mirroring everything and doing everything, but that was always after fact. That was after the winning number that came in the previous day. I was trying to find out what number would be like to come the next day. And that there is really no way in which you can really tell that, okay? From what I can tell. The numbers are random. They all run random midday and evening. I seen it more once Missouri got uh, 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 they had evening draws, but they went to the midday draw. So I started doing some tracking on the midday to evening to see what was the differences in how the numbers ran. And I realized that the numbers ran very different midday and evening. It also let me know that midday numbers don't bring evening numbers and evening numbers don't bring midday numbers. So that's when I started looking for a way to, like I said, tracking the actual 1,000 numbers and not using the grids, the root sums, the tic-tac-toes, the date sums, uh, the multiple different algorithms that they call them out here. And like I say, algorithm is just a fancy word for, I guess, a certain way of doing something. If you say baking a cake, the directions to bake the cake, and the end result is you come up with a cake. And that's what all these different strategies and things that people have that um, that I've seen, they can explain it in most cases, but they can't explain it in a lot of cases where you can understand it. So what I did, I came up with a four sheet strategy that everybody could be on the same page and the same accord just by tracking all 1,000 numbers. And I developed this over a period of time. I started with one strategy with the 22 numbers. I came up with 22 numbers for 22 columns, did the 111 rundown on those 22 numbers with the 22 columns, and I could track all 1,000 numbers off of those 22 columns at a glance for the whole year. Then I went from tracking it for the whole year to tracking them pretty much month to month to divide up each month to see how the numbers were falling. So there was a development process that I used to come up with this strategy. It's nothing that really happened overnight or something. That's why I feel that I can explain it so well to anybody. I can explain the strategy and the worksheets, workout sheets in an hour to many people that play pick three. And if they're avid player of pick three. If they're not, some people play them once a week, twice a week, or just playing to try to make money to make ends meet or pay bills. This might not be for them. I'm a persistent, consistent player, pretty much, but I stick with a budget. I don't burn up my money like I used to. I did. I used to burn up a lot of money because I was trying to hit them hard and hit it big and stuff like that. But I didn't have the patience to wait on the numbers. That's why I call OPPB. Be organized, be patient, be persistent, stick with a budget, and play responsibly. And that's what I came up with. I just came up with that this year because the more I play and the more I study, the more I realize what it takes to really win and win thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars. You're just not going to find anything that's going to show you what numbers come in the next day. There's nothing out there that's going to show you what number will be coming the next day. So you really have to put a little work in with my strategy because my strategy don't change. It doesn't change with different uh, looking for different patterns. It don't change for uh, patterns and mostly patterns and seeing what's consistent on different things or what number bring a number is fairly easy and simple. And once you start tracking the actual 1,000 numbers, you'll see that for yourself. You'll see also that uh, all those things that they have, you say, well, if you see a certain number, it brings this number, or if a number fall midday, evening numbers are going to fall. It doesn't work like that. You have to track the actual 1,000 numbers to see what's going on with them. And then you can um, build a strategy and a skill set to winning in your state. Like they say, okay, this number is traveling to all the states. That's not true. That's all one. Those 1,000 numbers, uh, they're random, and any number at any time can come out. They don't just travel to different states. It's just the way the 1,000 numbers fall. So you really have to know what's going on with the numbers in your state. You really have to know what's going on with your numbers if you're going to win big. If you're going to win big, you really have to know what's going on with the numbers in your state. So that's pretty much what Pick Three of the Glass is about, and it's been good to me. And I was always looking for a way to share it. Earlier, when I came up with it, I was thinking about a book. I didn't do a book because I didn't. I believe me, I didn't do a lot of. I wasn't well. I was pretty good as a student in some classes, but one of the classes I didn't like, I didn't do anything in. And believe me, math was one of them. And how I came up with this, and how I'm doing this. Sometimes I'll style myself. You know, I really do. But I enjoy it. I really do enjoy it. That's why I put in the effort to do it and teach it as well as I can. Because I want to see everybody get in the winner's circle. And like I always say, I like to see everybody playing because they want to and not because they have to, or be in a fix or a bind like I was at one time. Uh, you know, um, I was playing because I have to, because I had spent all my money, hadn't paid the light bill, car bill, house note, dog food, nothing. And then I said, well, it's got to be a better way. And I said, I can come up with something because I read every book that had numbers and different strategies and stuff like that. So I was a little bit confident in being able to put the sheet together. And so that's what I did. I put this picture at a glance strategy together. When I started the channel, I think I made my first live in my PJs or something. I just woke up that morning just doing something, and then the next step was to get 40 subscribers before you could do grow your channel a little bit. And I was saying, man, I ain't gonna never get 40 subscribers. I'm never going to get 40 subscribers, and I did get 40 subscribers, and I got more than 40, and then it's up to 30, almost 3,500 now. So if if you put the work in, it's a good thing. So I'm going to get started here in a minute. I'm probably letting a little bit more people get on. But you can win Pick Three, but you have to be patient, stick with a budget, and learn to build a strategy and a skill set and follow the actual 1,000 numbers for your state. For your state. Let me see here. Just bear with me a minute. I got to check something here. 429. Okay. And I'm going to get started with the number that came in Illinois' evening draw, because evening is the only thing I track, okay? It's the only thing I track because if you're trying to track midday and evening, and if you got the energy and the patience to do that, it'll work. But I like being comfortable at what I do, so I just track one. And I'm happy with that, with the returns on that. Um, so I'm kind of waiting a little bit more for more people to get on here. And anybody got any comments or any questions right now that they might want to ask? Cause you want to say what state you're from, what state you're playing in. But yeah, don't burn your money up. Like I said, the lottery is set up for you to lose, not for you to win. But once you start tracking the actual 1,000 numbers and see how they do, and build your strategy and skill set, it become a nice challenge for you. If you're a real player, and like I came up, the strategy works off the law average, and the law average with the pick three is 1,000 numbers, and then with those 1,000 numbers, You got 365 days out of the year. All you're going to get is a third of those 1,000 numbers every year. Period. That's all you're going to get because only one number going to come each draw. So so that means out of 10 numbers that you play, if you played every day for the whole year, you're going to get three exact for the whole year. Okay, you mail me for emails on which one? You to momoneyterry@gmail.com, Michael? Uh, which email? I think I put one up there too for Pick Three at a Glance. Oh, you said yes. You Mo Money Terry is the one you did. Oh, Pick Three at a Glance. Okay, all right. Okay, okay. So you want to purchase the sheets? Now these sheets are $25. The workout sheets. Okay, and I PDF them to you. Um, and you can take them. And if you got a printer at home or something, you can print them out at home. You can print them out at home, or you can go to Office Max or Office Depot and have them printed out there, or any office, any supply place, and they can print it out on the PDF for you and print out the sheets you want. Now, what you would do is print out sheet the sheets for each month, because uh, starting from January up to present, you're going to use one. You're going to use this sheet here, which is an annual sheet. All you need to do is probably catch it up once I'll show you. Catch it up for up to October. This is strategy number one with the singles and also with the doubles here. I'll send you this sheet. This is the sheet for the doubles. And then you have the front pair and back pair sheet that you would need to do. Okay? Because see how I got it all set up for this year? You're going to have to catch up on from Missouri on your state. From Missouri. You say you're from Missouri. Um, but then also, I mean, you can call me too if you need to call. Email me. Michael, I'll email you my phone number also, and we can call. You can call me and talk. Okay. So okay. Uh, Mike, I got an email today about my Pick Three at a Glance, saying something about security. I didn't add some kind of phone number. Go ahead and do it if you could. Just email me at the momoneyterry@gmail.com. All small cap, momoneyterry@gmail.com. And I'll send you my number and we can talk after the live, okay? And I do have my number on the pinned in the comments on some of the comments on that phone number. Okay. All right. Okay. Thanks, Mike. Now, so like I was saying, I'm really thrilled about this because if I told you guys how many people been mailing me and thanking me and supporting this channel, you wouldn't believe me because they see what's going on with it. And like I say, everybody's state's number is not going to roll the same. So you have to know what's going on with your state. Missouri, like I said, they just started that wild ball and back in April. I think April 19th of 2023, was it? Yeah, 2023. And I know the numbers are a little off because that 160 I just hit the other day, I knew it was coming from Missouri. So when I got family over there. So when I went over there, I just played it for 14 draws because I knew it was coming. That 160 haven't played in 16 years. You believe that? That's why I'm telling folks, y'all can't be jumping on and off these numbers thinking they're going to come the next day. You have to have patience. You got to track them numbers and just about know when they're going to fall. And then that 192 hadn't played, and then 574 ain't played in about 16 years. So, yeah. And once I found that out, I went back tracking because I got data on my own that goes back to 12 years or so, and then in my computer. So yeah, don't be jumping on and off these numbers. I'm telling y'all. But anyway, so in Illinois, the number was 429. So I'm going to start like you knew. It's 429. And I do the 111 rundown on that 429 that comes, the winning number that comes in every day. And with that 111 rundown, it'll tell me what column this 429 is under. That's the step number one that I have to do. Okay? It'll tell me what column. I got 12 numbers here of the 1,000 numbers. These 12 numbers I call base numbers up top. And with the 1-1 rundown on those 12 numbers gives you 12 columns. And each one of these numbers can come 6 different ways on the singles because it got 3 single numbers, different numbers. So each one of these columns represents 60 numbers that you're looking at. I hope you can see the power in this. You're not just looking at no 10 numbers alone. You're looking at 60 numbers. So at a glance, you know what 60 numbers didn't come in off of each one of these columns. And these 60 numbers with this 12 columns make up 720 of those 1,000 numbers you're looking at right here. So no strain on your brain. That's all I can tell you. Wasn't no strain on mine once I figured it out, buddy. Oh, no. I can see everything going on with 720 of those 1,000 numbers. Yeah, I can see if one of these columns didn't hit in 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. If I call a column ain't hit in 5 months out of the year, that's my 10 numbers I'm playing. And staying on them. I ain't going to be jumping off all these other numbers here trying to hit. I'm sticking with these 10. Let me say this again. You got 720 of these numbers you're looking at. You got each one of these columns representing 60 numbers, not just no 10 numbers, because each column can come 6 different ways. And if you got a column that ain't failed in 5 months, you'd be crazy here to play any other numbers than that fact, because it's all average. One of them numbers is going to come off of one of these columns here. With no guesswork, with no tic-tac-toe, no date sum, no grid, no flip, no mirror. And it can take at least 4 months for a column not to hit. But you watching it as you build your bucket list and build your strategy just on the singles right here. that you'll never see with the tic-tac-toe date sum grids and root sums, because all those things are set up for the previous day number to try to winning number that came in to try to find a strategy to figure out what number is coming the next day, which throws you way off base. Throws you way off base. Okay, so I'm gonna do the rundown on this 4-2 this here. On the 429 that came in. These work for all states. We all be on the same page. So I can explain it. You can go look. I got 1,500 videos. The principle is the same. It don't switch up. It don't switch up. Let me see here. So when I'm talking to one, I'm talking to all. And you don't have a lot of math you have to do. None of that. Let's see. I'm talking to one, I'm talking to all. That's the beauty of this. We all on the same page. And your number's different, then you can know what you'll be doing with your numbers, not with numbers in Missouri, Texas, San Francisco, saying they're going to come your way. No. You'll know you'll know what you're working with. You don't have to wait for something to come your way, because you'll be tracking them. Okay, this 429 that came in, Illinois evening draw. I'm doing the 111 rundown. This is the only rundown you'll have to do. Okay? Now, with this 111 rundown, I'm going to add 1 to each one of these numbers, these singles here. These are what you call singles, because this number can come 6 different ways. You're going to add 1 to 5. I just drew this line. Don't pay this line no attention. I meant to draw it on top. Okay. You're going to add 1 to 4, you're going to get 5. 1 to 5, you get 6. 1 to 6, you get 7. 1 to 7, you get 8. 1 to 8, you're going to get 9. 1 to 9, you're going to really get 10, but you don't use the 1, you just use the 0, because you only use single digits in lottery math. Then 1 to 0 is 1. Then 1 to 1 is 2. 1 to 2 is 3. And 1 to 3, I'll draw a line here, is 4. Once you get the same number at the bottom, you get at the top, you add it correctly. Same way here. You're going to count straight down pretty much. You add 1 to 2, you're going to get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're going to add it's going to be 10 because you add 1 to the 9. 0, 1, 2. Same way here. Again, you got 1 to the 9. You know it's 10. You're just going to go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay. When you get the winning number that comes in, this is the winning number here. Okay. Whatever you do the 1-1 rundown on, the base number will always be in that rundown. Not maybe in the same format, because you know all these numbers can come 6 different ways. So it might not be in the same format. Okay, let's see here. So, but the base number will always be in that rundown. It'll always be in the rundown. So here. These numbers up here are called the base numbers. All right? So what you want to do is see where that 429 is under what column. You got 12 columns. And one of these base numbers will be in the 429 rundown. So you're going to, let's go to the columns here. Go to the base, the rundown we just did with the 111 rundown. Oops. That's another sheet. With the 111 rundown. And so you got 12 base numbers. And all the base numbers have zeros in them. All the base numbers have zeros in them. Right here. You got 012, 013, 014, 015, 016, 017, 018, 024, 025, 026, 027, and 037. All of them, the base numbers have a zero. You'll memorize these numbers after a while. You'll be able to spot that base number when you do the 1-1 rundown automatically. Now, so we're going to look at the ones at zero. This 530 is not one of the base numbers. This 085 is not the base number. Here it is. Here's the base number, 027. Well, this 07, the base number is going to show as 027 because they're in numerical order. So you're going to go to the 027 column to find this 429. Okay? So, where's the pen at? We're going to go to the 027 is column 11. The 027 right here. And you're going to go down and find, and here it is. It's 249 on here because it's in numerical order. Okay. So bam, you're done. That's simple. You found the number on that column. You'll always know what's going on with these numbers on all these columns as you marking them off. All right. Any questions on that? Now, the only thing that might get you a little threw off, and a young lady that I was working with, one of my subscribers, she did the 1-1 rundown, and she said she couldn't find the base number in the rundown. And I was getting a little afraid there because I said maybe she found something I missed, mistake or something I missed. And I said, well, wait a minute, what was the winning number that came in? And she said, let's say example, it was the 027. I said 027. I said, oh, okay, it's the base number itself. So go ahead and check it off. Because see, the base number, all these base numbers are part of the 1,000 numbers. So you wouldn't, you would have to realize that the base number is the one you would mark off. Because base number can come in too to know what column it's under. Okay? So you would have to do it like that and just mark your base numbers off your, same way if it would happen with the doubles. You would, if a double came in and it's one of the base numbers, you would have to mark it off also. So, like I said, all of the base numbers will have a zero in them, even with the doubles here. See with the doubles? Every time I do this sheet, I amaze myself too. So, that's all I can tell y'all. I amaze myself. Can you see? Let me make sure I got all the numbers where you can see them. Okay. See all the doubles? The 001, 002, 003, 004, 005, triple zeros. And then here you have the 001. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. You got 011, then 022, 033, 044. So you'll memorize all the base numbers when you do the rundown. You'll automatically know where to column at. And believe it or not, out of all the years I was doing that, a subscriber brought that to my attention. They did, and it just made things this go smooth as cake. She brought it to my attention, and I never, came up with that, and it was a beautiful thing, really, that she brought that to my attention. It really, really was. Because if you see anything that's making it easier with this picture at a glance, don't hesitate to let me know, because we in this together. I'm trying to get everybody in the winner circle. Okay. Now, that was strategy number one. Then I came up with strategy number two was this triangle, and I don't even know how I did it, y'all. I was just experimenting, playing around with it. Hello, Catherine. How you doing? Glad to have you with us. Thank you for your support too, Catherine. Okay, and see this triangle. I don't know how I came up with it. I just was experimenting, but I knew it would work. I knew something like this had to work for pairs, single pairs. I wanted to know about the single pairs and how to use them to increase my chances of winning. And that's what I did. I put this triangle together because I knew that you would, for the singles, you would have to have three pairs. I knew that you'd have to have three pairs. And then for the doubles, I knew that you would have to have two pairs. And the triples, I knew that you would only have one pair. So what I did, I put this triangle together. I said, well, I got to start from 0 to 9 on top. I know that much. That's what I said. That is, I'm telling y'all exactly how this came about. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Well, I'm glad you were able to catch a lie. Appreciate that. Okay. Uh, Now don't get in trouble being at work looking at my live. You make me feel bad. Unless you the boss. You know, that's all I can say. If you the boss, then you the boss. But if you ain't the boss, Catherine, if you ain't the boss now, don't be getting upset with me now. Now if you the boss, then I'm cool with that. But anyway. So what I did, I said, okay, I'll start with the 0 and I'll just come straight down. Okay, I ended 9 there. That sounds like a good idea. Then I came down and I just came down until I couldn't go no more until I wound up with the 8, 9 and then it works out fine. It works out perfectly. So this here, like you got the 4 to 9, you're gonna have three, they singles, so three separate numbers. So you're gonna have three pairs. So you're going to have the 24. You're going to circle it first time for the month. You're going to have the 29. And you're going to have the 49 that's already been out once already with number this month. Okay? So right there at a glance, I know what numbers on these pairs didn't fall. So at the end of the month, any pairs that didn't fall the previous month, I underline and move them over to the next month so I can see what those numbers are doing. Because see here where you see that 00 got a little line under it, the 11 got a line on it, the 01 has a line. Anything with a line underneath it lets me know that those numbers didn't fall the previous month. So when I get ready to build my bucket list and strategize, I know what numbers I'm playing because I'm playing the numbers that haven't fallen. I'm looking at what hasn't fallen because working with the law average, I'm always knowing what's going on with numbers. For a simple fact, in Missouri, I do this, and you do this. You see, you're gonna do one of these sheets every month. That way, you're gonna track each month to know what numbers didn't fall and how long one of the columns didn't fall, how long it took for a pair to fall, or any of that. So 38 hadn't failed for 128 days. That's why I mean you can't see that stuff with the tic-tac-toes, the date sums, the grids, the flips, the mirror, and the multiple different rundowns. Hadn't failed for 128 days. So I picked up as a strategy. I said, okay, I knew that 338 and 388 as a pair hadn't failed, not a pair, but as a number hadn't fallen. So I say, oh, that's going to be my daily carry number now. And I hit it. Because I knew I wasn't guessing what was going on with the numbers. I knew what was going on with the numbers. Okay? And that's what makes a big difference. When you find something ain't here, I start looking at when I see something ain't here for 2 months, then I start looking at them numbers. Because I know that third or fourth month, they're good to come. Okay? Now, so that's strategy number 2. And that's how I win using that. I get in the winner circle. Strategy number 3, same thing. I want to know with the law average what numbers would be left each month for me to transfer over to the next month and look at building a skill set and a strategy with. So what we have here is I took 3 columns from 0 to 9, individual columns, and I said I want to know what number fell on the front, what number fell in the middle, and what number fell on the back for the month, or what number didn't fall in the front, what number didn't fall in the middle, and what number didn't fall in the back for the month. So we had the 429 to come in, right? So you're gonna mark off the 4 on the front. I can see that's the second time it come in. I really want to just be concerned that I know it hit. I usually just do the check marks, kind of get an idea how many times a certain number might hit, just an idea. Then we know the 2. See, this is the first time the 2s hit this month. Okay? 2 in the middle. And the 9 on the back. Okay? And the way I did one with this and got in the winner circle, I did this simple strategy right here and realized that 7s hadn't hit with no number. And this stuff is unbelievable stuff. But when you tracking and seeing it, it's got to be believable because you're going to be looking at it. But I never would have caught it no other way. 7s didn't fall with no number for 2 months. I thought I was tripping. I said, now I know a 7 had to fall with some number. For 60 days, no 7 fell with a pick 3 number in Missouri. So now you know I was playing 777s, right? And I was playing 7-7 front, 7-7 back, and I wheeled the 7s all the way down. Now I don't know if you can play, but it's good for you to know the front pairs and back pairs of what's going on. Even if you can't play the front and back of the number, you still want to know what's going on with what numbers and what position they fell in or didn't fall in to help your strategy of winning, to be part of your strategy of winning. But yeah, no 7s for 2 months. You wouldn't have believed that. And that's how I caught them, 777s. And them 7s kept coming. I'm telling you, them 7s kept, because they had failed for it was almost 2 months and a half. No 7 fell with no money. That's the kind of stuff they do on this lottery. And no tic-tac-toe, day, sun grid, no rundown, none of that gonna show you this stuff. And your numbers could do something wacky like that too. And if it do, and you happen to catch it, you're gonna bang them. But if you're not checking the actual 1,000 numbers and seeing what's going on with them, you might not never bang them. And if you do bang them, it ain't gonna be that often. And then you like be putting down a whole lot of money, losing your money, thinking you're gonna do the same thing over and not know why you playing none of the numbers. But if you know why you playing the numbers, you'll be in the driver's seat. But if you don't know why you playing these numbers, you're a passenger. And whatever happens, happens. That's what the lottery got everybody doing. They got everybody trying to figure out after a number that came, what number coming the next day. Like I said, it's already set up against us for not to win. But you can't help to see what they're doing if you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. And that's what I know. I know when these numbers are off and these numbers ain't falling right. I just lay back. I just cut back on my spending. And then I'll wait till I see something crazy might come out, like 7's not fall for 2.5 months on a number. Because it does happen. It don't just happen here, but people don't know how to catch it and see it when it's happening. If you just doing the other tic-tac, the other stuff that they do. And so that's strategy number 3. Strategy number 4, I said, okay, I need to know what's going on with the front pair and back pair of the number. And I bang them with this one. Not a lot of work. I bang them with this one. It's an excellent strategy also. You need to know what's going on with the front pair and back pair, all them numbers. So we know it's the 429 that failed yesterday. And then you don't get upset when you don't hit. You know why you didn't hit. Because you got a strategy that you planning your strategy to win. Not just guessing something to win. So when a number don't come and you got your budget, you cool with that. You cool with that. Because you know your number gonna come. Pretty much. Working with the law average. Okay. So we got the front part of the 4-2 is the 4-2, and I can see it came in once already this year. And the 2-9 on the back. And see, I can say with just a circle here, this is the second time it came in for the whole year. See what I mean? You can have a back number. If you're playing your numbers with a 29 on the back, you know it only came out twice for the whole year. But you don't know that if you ain't tracking. So what if you got a number that you've been playing for 29, you don't know why you've been playing it? Or let's take example. Now see with all this here, you see all these circles and check marks? For over here in Illinois, I can tell you what front pair and back pairs ain't failed for the year. So when I want to build my strategy, I know what's going on with it. Here you go. The 17 ain't failed on the front for the whole year. The 32 ain't failed on the front for the whole year. The 37 ain't failed on the front for the whole year. The 50 ain't failed on the front for the whole year. And the 88 ain't failed on the front for the whole year. So if you play any numbers with these numbers on the front, ain't hit. And on the back, you got the 22 ain't hit for the whole year. The 39 ain't hit for the whole year. The 42 ain't hit for the whole year. On the back. The 50 ain't hit for the whole year. On the back. So if you playing anything with these numbers on the back, they ain't hit for the whole year. For the whole year. From January to now, they have not hit. And to be truthful with you, these numbers can go over into the next year. I do rotate I don't stop playing those numbers that didn't come from the year. I rotate them over to the next year because I found out that the numbers don't fall in the previous year, show up in the next year, working with the law average. These 1,000 numbers, for them to rotate out, it takes almost 3 years for them numbers to rotate out. 1,000 numbers for you to catch them like that. Exact. I'm saying the numbers have to come exact. I ain't talking about, box numbers. I'm talking about, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The numbers coming exact. It's going to take about 3 to 4 years. I did read that in a book, so that would help me to start knowing I had to track if it takes that much time for these numbers to do what they do, just 1,000. So I knew I had to track to see what was left to know how to play them and what to play. So, and this is powerful because I've won pretty good using a simple strategy with this. I'm just using the triples as an example. I don't play triples, I don't play triples at all through the whole year. Unless I see something, when you tracking, unless something sticks out like that 7, I just tell them about them 777, something stick out, you just got to play that. I mean, you'd be crazy not to. Or I'd been crazy not to. But I wouldn't have known it unless I was tracking. But I really don't play triples because triples don't pay no better than no other number, and it's got the less chances of you hitting it for the whole year. On average, only 3 numbers of those triples gonna come out, or those 10 gonna come out. And that's with any 10 numbers. On average, you're only gonna get 3 of them to come out exact. That's why it takes 3 years for the 1,000 numbers to come out or better. See what I'm saying? Now, with triples though, what I do, I do look for this front pair, back pair sheet. If I have, for like now, if say no zeros have fallen for the whole year on the front and no zeros have fallen for the whole year on the back, I'm picking up triple zeros. I'm picking up those triple zeros to play. I'm not just playing all those triples to try to hope that a triple come in. Unless I have a reason. The triples I hit this year in Illinois was the 666s. Because I had a column, which I call column 5 on the doubles, didn't play for 5 months. And there's a false triple column. So I say, okay, those false triples ain't failed. So I know a triple could more likely fall with it. So I rolled the triples with it. But I didn't guess why I was playing it. I knew why I was playing it. And you ain't gonna see that with tic-tac-toe, date sum, grid flip, and multiple rundowns and working off a system that of the previous number that hit the day before. You ain't gonna see it. So I don't. And then we're like now this year. I always look for see what doubles didn't fall. I mean, fall on the front and back like the 00, the 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 77, 88, 99. I want to see if what's ever left. I know on this top, like I said, the 88 ain't failed, so I got my eye on that double eight.